In this video, we're going to review checking our solutions by substitution. That's something that we did at the very beginning of the year, and we're going to revisit it today. Then we're going to review the problem from yesterday, and we're going to do a solution check to that problem. Then we'll look at another problem and also do a solution check. After that, you'll go on to Khan Academy and work on the objective, solving linear equations with variables on both sides. Problem 1. This is the problem from yesterday. We draw our river. We set our goals 1x and no x's. Change the subtraction to plus negative. And here we want no x's. Unfortunately, we have 4 x's on that side, so we want to get rid of them. We know that to get rid of 4x, if we add negative 4x to that, that will equal 0. So we can add negative 4x to this side of the equation to get rid of that positive 4x that we see right there. When we add that negative 4x to this side, those terms will cancel, and we can bring down our 6. Over here, we also had to add negative 4x to this side of the equation, because if we do something to one side of our equation, in order to keep the same equation, the same value of our x, we have to also add that same thing to the other side. So on this side of the equation, we can bring down our negative 8, and combine like terms here, we get 2x. Here, we are going to get rid of our negative 8 by adding positive 8 to both sides. And we're doing that because our goal here is to have x by itself, and this term didn't have an x on it. So we got rid of it by adding positive 8. Now, after that, those cancel. We're left with 2x. Combine like terms, we're left with 14. And then after that, we are almost there. We have 2 x's, but our goal is to have 1x. Because we have 2 x's, we are going to need to divide each side of the equation by 2. 2 divided by 2 will give us that 1, and then we'll have our x left over, so we'll have met our goal of 1x. But whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. Cancel. 1x equals 7. All right, that was the brief review. Now we're going to check our solution. When we're doing our solution check, we'll notice that we have 2 expressions, and we want this value of x, this 7. When we replace the x's with the 7, we want this side of our equation to be equal, to be a number that is the same number that this side of our equation is equal to. So let's see if that happens. 6 times 7 is 42, plus negative 8 is equal to 4 times 7. Now remember, I just took out the x and I put the 7 in place of the x. 4 times 7 is 28 plus 6. Now let's simplify this side. 42 plus negative 8 is 34. And that is equal to 28 plus 6, which is also 34. When I stuck the 7 in for x, this side of my equation came out to equal 34. In my other expression, my other side of my equal sign, 4x plus 6, when I substituted 7 for x, that side of the equation, that expression also was equal to 34. Therefore, when x is 7, that value made this expression equal to this expression. That value of 7 made both of these 2 expressions equal to 34. Therefore, they equal each other, and 7 is our correct solution. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my river. And my river is just going to help me visualize the separation between this side of my equal sign and this side of my equal sign. After that, make my goals. My goals for this left side of the equation is going to be just to get 1x. And then on this side of the equation, I'm going to try to get no x's. All right, so now I'm going to start working toward those goals. First thing that I notice is that on my side of my equation, on my side of my river, that I have this goal with no x's. I notice that I have a term with x's. I have 8 x's on the side that I don't want any x's. Because of that, I'm going to need to get rid of this. I'm going to add negative 8x to both sides. By adding negative 8x to this side of my equation, these negative 8x's add with these positive 8x's, and we're left with 0. And 0 added to any number is going to be that number by itself, so I'm going to only be left over here with this 14. Now over here, I have a negative 8x, and I also have a positive 2x. Those are like terms, therefore I can add those. When I add negative 8x with positive 2x, I get negative 6x. And then, of course, I'm left with this negative 10, so I'm just going to bring that down. All right, so far in my goals, this side is looking pretty good. I don't have any more x's on this side. I just have this 14. However, over here, my goal is 1x, and I notice that I have, not only do I have negative 6x's, not just 1x, but I also have this negative 10 that's randomly being added to my negative 6x's. So I got some stuff to get rid of. At this point, you should notice this whole thing right here is just a normal two-step equation. First, let's get rid of the term without the x, which is this negative 10. We're going to do that by adding positive 10 to this side of the equation, because positive 10 plus negative 10 will equal 0. But whatever I do to one side of my equation, I also have to do the other. So I will also add positive 10 to this side of my equation. Once again, positive 10 and negative 10 are going to cancel out and equal 0. And I'll be left over here with just negative 6x. I'll carry that down. On my other side of the equation, I have 14 plus positive 10, and I can add both of those. They're both like terms, and that'll get me 24. I still have negative 6x. My goal is 1x, and so to get x by itself, I'm going to divide out my negative 6 that's being multiplied to my x. And whatever you do to one side of the equation, you must do to the other. Cancel, cancel, carry down the x, or the 1x. Negative 4. The value of x that makes this expression equal to this expression is going to be negative 4. Now we're going to see if negative 4 for x is the value that makes this expression negative 10 plus 2x equal to 8x plus 14. We'll take our first expression and place that x in negative 4. And we'll also replace the x in our other expression on the other side of the equal sign with negative 4. Let's see what this expression equals. Negative 10 plus 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So far, this expression equals negative 10 plus negative 8. And so far, this side of our equal sign, this expression, is negative 32 plus 14. Let's see if negative 10 plus negative 8 is equal to negative 32 plus 14. Negative 10 plus negative 8 is going to give me negative 18. So negative 32 plus 14 does equal negative 18. So negative 4 is the correct solution to x.